Hey, Guy Powell here, and just getting ready to interview Pete Pachal. And today we're going to be learning, of course, more on marketing and AI, and with this unstoppable rise of AI, how we can leverage it better in the marketing department. So we're going to find out about how to prepare your business for the AI revolution and the global AI talent war. With everything changing so rapidly in marketing, you definitely don't want to miss this interview with Pete Pachal. So, Pete, what is the one thing you think will drive AI in marketing over the next few years?
Well, first, thanks so much, Guy, for having me on. Really excited to be here and chat with you about AI and marketing. And you're forcing me to pick one thing right off the bat. So I will go with the whole idea of personalization. I think AI brings with it a level of personalization to content, to marketing, to kind of the whole environment we encounter now that we go out on the internet, as AI gets slowly more in charge of mediating what we see, and the tools that we use get better at figuring out our preferences and sort of putting that lens on everything we see. I think that merger of what we're seeing and what we want to see, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to essentially find the white space, the friction, the connections in that for marketers and marketing. And yeah, it's going to, with the rise of AI is just bringing with it this ability to do things at scale in a personalized way that just didn't exist before. And you sort of think about situations where you come to a site and we all the funny thing is when I talk about examples, I have to use today's ecosystem, which probably is inadequate to describe it. I feel like I'm a scientist trying to explain four dimensions or whatever, gravity with balls on a rubber table. But go with me here, like, you go to a website and you think about display ads and programmatic ads and all the things that you might be used to market to people. And then just think about what would the experience be like if it's not just the content of those ads would be different, it's like the experience would be different, right? Because I think most of us, I mean, let's be real, we all find all that stuff pretty intrusive and often not really relevant to us. But what if not just the content could be personalized, but that the experience, the way to reach you, whether it's maybe an unobtrusive ad in the text or the right interstitial at the right time or whatever. I'm giving sort of primitive examples, but I think you know what I mean on really being able to predict what would be the best
Yeah.
way, the best time, and the best medium to facilitate you being marketed to. And that I think is where we're headed in the next
Yeah,
3 to
absolutely.
5 years.
To your point, the that personalization, I mean, it used to be there, what's the right message, what's the right frequency, what's the right offer, what's the right this, what's the right that. And
Mhm.
now you can do that kind of mass personalization using AI, certainly on the analytics side, but also then on the generative side. So you can actually also generate a message that is pretty well personalized.
Yeah, and
So
I see this sort of happen in some of the apps that I see day to day on a really good merger of the what people like in aggregate versus what that an individual might respond to. And so for example, like you're doing email marketing and you're doing pitches, and there's a lot of studies and they change all the time on like how people generally like to receive their emails, depending on the medium and the thing you're pitching. And so you can apply that to a system either in a templated way or in a generative way. But then you bring in the generative for sure when you know the audience, and the to the extent that you know it, all the information about the person specifically, like what time of day, number one, but also like what is the overall length? What are the ways they what sort of subject lines do they respond to, et cetera, et cetera. So you can take, the aggregate stuff will get you a good chunk of the way there. And then I think the generative component gets you maybe not necessarily all the
yeah.
way there, but further down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to hear about a lot more about that, and not only this one that he had to choose from, but it sounds like there's a whole bunch more. And so for the audience, please stay tuned for more from Pete Pachal. And this is Guy Powell, and I am the author of the Post-COVID Marketing Machine.